Hello, student. My name is Dr. Athir Iqbal. Today, I will discuss one of the important topic from company point of view, and the topic name is cost of capital. In this lecture, I will briefly describe the fundamental concepts behind the cost of capital, as well as the sources of capital that is used in company. Before understanding cost of capital, this is important for you to understand the concept of capital. Unless and until you understand the term capital, it would be very difficult for you to understand the cost working behind it. Remember that in accounts, you understand that capital means honors investment. But when you are working in finance, you should take care that what capital over here will be in the sense of long-term debt as well as equity. So whenever we are using term capital in finance, you will take care that we are not using the similar definition as we used in accounts. Over here, it means capital, long-term debt as well as owner's equity. Before moving to the components of capital, first try to understand the importance of cost of capital. Just giving you a simple example to understand that why cost plays a very important role in firms all decisions. Just assume that cost of capital is 12%. Over here, cost of capital means this is the return that will be provided by the company to all the people who are investing, or you can say that are investors in company. They may be a lender of a fund, or maybe in terms of honor. Suppose the project in which company is planning to invest, the return from the project is 20%, and the cost that will be returned to the investors is 12%. Now the question is, should company accept this project or not? This is important that both the calculations will be done by the company, and over here I'm just giving you a basic idea. So I'm taking both the assumptions that we already know, that the capital cost is 12% while the project return in which company is investing is 20%. So in such a situation, should company accept this project or not? So of course your answer will be yes, and the reason is very simple, that the return of the project, as you can see, is much higher as compared to the what cost involved to arrange the fund for this project. So whenever the return of the project is more than cost of capital, then the project will be acceptable from company point of view. On the other hand, check this situation. Now assume in such a situation that the cost of capital is 15% while the project in which company is planning to invest is giving them return of 10%. You can see that the return we are getting from the project, of course project is profitable, project is giving us positive return, but this return is less than what we need to provide to investors in terms of return. So whoever is providing us capital, we will give them back 15%, while the project is giving us return of 10%. So naturally, in this situation, if we are planning whether this project should accept or not, so I hope that you can give me a straight answer that this project should not be accepted by the firm. And the reason that you will give is very simple, that since return of the project is less than the cost incurred by the business. So return of the project is 10%, while the cost involved in this investment plan is 15%. So in such a situation, this type of project will not be acceptable by the firm. Generally speaking, in any public limited company, capital will be split into three main components. The one that you already familiar is uh, long-term debt that you take in terms of accounts as fixed liability. The second one, which is possible by some companies, that they take preferred stock, and the third one is common equity. So these are the three main components. When we combine it, then we call it capital. So in finance, whenever we are using term capital, you should be very careful that over here term capital will not be taken in the same sense as we did in accounts. Over here we will take long term debt preferred stock, as well as common equity. And when we combine all these three informations, then we call it capital. Secondly, this is not necessary that preferred stock should always be present in capital structure. It is depending on the company plan. If they are planning to offer preferred stock, then you will find this information in company balance sheet. Otherwise, most commonly the long term debt and common equity will be part of capital of any organization. Now, the cost associated with the sources of capital will be used different nomenclatures, like the interest that you will pay on long-term debt is taken as a cost associated with the fund provided by long-term debt holders. On preferred stock, whatever dividend you will pay will be taken as cost associated with the preferred stock. And in common equity, the return you provide either in the form of dividend or capital gain. When we combine these two information, we call it the return that we are providing to common equity. So as you can see that we are using different terms. For long-term debt, we are using interest. For preferred stock, we are using dividend. And in common stock, it might be split into two components. We can take it as dividend or capital gain. But from finance point of view, all the return that we are providing to these fund providers will be taken as cost, which is associated with the source of capital.